2014 is coming to an end, and like everybody else, I want to give you a list of my favorite games of the year. Looking at the games I've played this year, however, turned out to be a bit disappointing. While this year had some very interesting new titles, I spent more time playing older games which I hadn't finished or are simply way too good. So instead, today you get my very personal list of top 10 games that I played this year because they're freaking awesome but didn't necessarily come out in 2014. Or TTGTI PTYBTFABDNCOI 2014. Obviously. Let's just start this terrible shit show with
Number 10. Bastion.
Guess who finally finished Bastion this year? Though it came out way back in 2011, I still enjoyed this game so much and would love to come back to it with its new game plus. It's both fast and frantic, but still has lots of relaxing and thought-provoking moments. If you're looking for an action adventure with an interesting story and a pretty awesome narrator, no need to look further than Bastion. By the way, yes, I know about Transistor, yes, it came out this year, yes, it's by the same developer, but I haven't played it yet.
Number 9. Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition.
Oh, great! A game that actually came out this year. Well, kind of. Even though the Super Turbo Championship Edition came out in August 2014, the original game came out back in 2013. But blah blah technicalities. Anyways, you might have seen my earlier video on Guacamelee, and yes, I mentioned that I found it overpriced for what it offered compared to the original. But money issues aside, it still is an awesome game. If you enjoy Metroidvanias, this is definitely a must-have. The controls are tight, the jokes are mostly spot on, and apart from some platforming sections, it makes for a great co-op game. And the world needs more good wrestling/luchador games.
Number 8. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Wait, what? A decent Call of Duty game? In all honesty, the single player is kind of dull, but surprisingly enough, the newest iteration of Call of Duty actually has a really good multiplayer. With its improved maneuverability and unorthodox weaponry, it's a great change of pace compared to what the Battlefield and Call of Duty franchises have produced these last couple of years. Yes, basically it is a slower version of Unreal Tournament, but maybe it will reintroduce the fun that were fast-paced arena shooters. And if not, well, Advanced Warfare is still fun on its own merits.
Number 7. The Dark Souls series.
This year brought us the third part of the Demon/Dark Souls series, and as a prelude to that, I enjoyed some time finally finishing Dark Souls 1. Despite it being a horrible PC port, it still holds up as a great game for people with enough resilience. Though Dark Souls 2 didn't quite deliver as we had hoped it would, it still is a good game. The innovative multiplayer part raises the stakes constantly, and whenever I jump into the game, I feel this constant dread of losing everything I've accomplished so far. Now that's how you make a multiplayer horror game.
Number 6. Antichamber.
Another game from 2013, and what a game indeed. Once you figure out what the game actually wants from you, it is really short and kind of logical, but rarely have I played a game that felt so rewarding after every puzzle that I figured out. This is the type of game that changes your opinion on first-person shooters, and might as well be the game to introduce you to video games in general. It's hard to show parts of this game without spoiling it, but let me tell you, even if you have seen a video of it, experiencing it by yourself is an enormous joy.
Number 5. Risk of Rain.
2013 seemed to be my favorite video game year in quite a while, as this game also came into existence last year. Fast-paced, roguelite, and notoriously hard, it is exactly my kind of game. And very recently, they added a bunch of new items and characters to the game, so it is far from dead. And not only is the gameplay great, listen to these tunes. The world needs more games with good soundtracks. If you're into a lot of frantic action, go play this with your friends this instant.
Number 4. Saints Row 4.
Despite its lackluster third part, which I barely managed to finish out of boredom, this incredible power fantasy of a game simply hits all the right spots. If they ever made a decent Superman game, this would be it. In true Saints Row style, everything is over the top, but unlike Saints Row 3, there is much more variation to the game. Aside from your regular weapon arsenal, you get some great powers to vanquish your enemies. The market has been oversaturated with open world games, but Saints Row 4 manages to satisfy in all the right ways.
Number 3. Dota 2.
This game would easily be my top 1 game if it weren't for the horrible community. Everything about this game is amazing. The balancing, the tactics, the characters, the map design. It's an outstanding game. There's a reason why people call MOBAs Dota-likes. But the community... So you're having the time of your life pushing top lane like a madman. Suddenly Ricky comes out of nowhere, insta-kill, and one of your teammates calls you a faggot and tells you to kill yourself, you fucking noob. Why thank you, good sir. Dota, get your shit together.
Number 2. Payday 2.
Before I say anything else, first listen to this song. Again, the gaming world needs more great soundtracks. Yes, there are too many cheaters in this game. Yes, sometimes the level progression is a bit tedious. And yes, stealth hardly ever works with strangers. But goddammit, this game is just too much fun. The tension arising whenever you find yourself cornered and with no teammates to speak of. The panic of being in prison and the police dropping down on your squad. This game gives you high stakes and high adrenaline and is constantly getting updated and still receives new content. Looking for a great multiplayer game? Go get this one. And finally...
Number 1. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
I'm absolutely no completionist. 100%ing a game is not my personal style. But with the original Binding of Isaac, I tried so hard. About 200 hours in, I forfeit. Not this time though. The intense challenges, the synergies between the differing items, of which I haven't even seen all. I've heard of new bosses that I haven't seen. I've heard of new stages that I haven't seen. There's so much to see in this game, and it just makes me so goddamn curious. I love this game and I want to have its babies, its bloody shit-stained, vomit-inducing, death-bringing babies. This game is just like its visuals, raw, bloody and aggressively cute. If you've got hours of your life to waste, go and play this. Oh, and this one kind of came out in 2014, so there's that. So this is it, my top 10 games that I played this year because they're freaking awesome, but didn't necessarily come out in 2014 list. You think I should have focused on 2014? Tell me which games you favored this year. Any games I might have missed? With that, I'll leave you all to your celebrations. I wish you all a happy new year and all the best for 2015. And don't forget to play a video game or two. See you guys next year.